Elephant Man Podcast Network, grown man conversations dealing with elephants in the room. It's your man DB. Like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell so you can know when new material is coming out. Join us on Facebook / Elephant Man Podcast, IG Elephant Man _podcast, and on YouTube. What's going on, family? What's going on? Hey, I want you guys to make sure you go check out the video that I just did. Trying to get the box here. Top 25 countries with the highest rate of atheism. Now, I'm going to tell you, this list is going to surprise some of you. It's going to shock some of you. Nations that you would never think that will be an atheist status is in half of the population is atheist, right? And so I don't want to spoil that show, but a lot of countries, I'm looking at some of these numbers, 62% atheists, 70% atheists, 72% atheists, 78% atheists, right? 68% atheists. That's more than half of the population that does not believe in the Most High or any kind of deity, right? They don't believe in any kind of deity, and so they don't believe in heaven or hell or the Hasatan or none of that. So that leaves them vulnerable to be influenced by Hasatan, right? So he could go in undetected and do anything he want to that nation or those nations. And that's what he wanted to do. John 10:10 say, the enemy come to steal, kill, and destroy. Yahushua said, I come that you may have life, and that more abundantly. But you can't be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove if you are unaware of the spirit realm. You will be influenced by one or two of the deities in the spirit realm. The Most High, Elohim, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, or the Hasatan, right? And so the Most High, really, he has a plan for us. We are made in his image and his likeness, as it says in Genesis 1:26. He cares about us, right? Isaiah 14, Hasatan said, Lucifer said, I will be like the Most High. He wants to be like the Most High. He wants to exalt his throne above the stars of the Most High, right? He wants to sit higher than the Most High. How can you sit higher than the Most High? He won't be the Most High anymore, right? He's all seeing, he's all knowing. And so Satan is a created being, and he and his fallen angels are wreaking havoc and terror on the planet, and it's a serpent seed that's still alive on the earth, and they are wreaking terror and havoc, and trying to divide and conquer and destroy this world. But I say that to say this: if you don't believe that there is no spirit realm and there is no influence behind the scenes in the spirit realm, then you are more lost. And then they had a poll out, not to go into that show, but check it out though. They had a poll saying that the atheists are more intelligent. How? Scripture says, as a fool that says in his heart, there is no God, right? There is no Elohim, there is no Most High. So how can you be the wisest, right? There's a way that seems right into a man, but the end thereof is death. Oh yeah, I'm shooting on all senators today. Okay, we gotta get it going. But I just want to read a little something in Deuteronomy 8 and Deuteronomy 9. Very, very good. So this time right now, it's time to focus on the will of the Most High. Focus, be sober minded, and focus on the Most High's return, because he is soon to return. It's soon to be a battle. It's soon to be a showdown, right? And so we don't want to be walking after the lust of our flesh. We don't want to be walking after the lust of the flesh, lust of the eye, pride of life. But we want to be walking after the will of the Most High, right? And even when we get out of pocket, Yahushua showed us he led by example. And when he was in the garden, he said, Yahweh, if it be your will, let this cup pass from me, right? The suffering that must take place. Then he said, nevertheless, not my will, but your will be done. And so that's what we got to be in all of our, that's the posture we got to be in all of our heart, you know, pretty much. So it's a lot of distractions out here and all kind of stuff. They come up with distractions every day, but we got to stay focused. A lot of these countries, and not to give the show away, making moves to try to change the world, to try to have a new world order, to try to have a global reset. A lot of these same countries, but watch that show if you ain't seen it already, right? They want to make moves without the Most High, without consulting the Most High, without believing the Most High. They don't even believe in the Most High, but they want to lead us. They're going to lead us to a path of destruction if we follow them. I don't care how wealthy they are. I don't care how smart they think they are. They are nothing without the Most High. And that's the bottom line. And they are influenced by Hasatan, and the Luciferians are influenced by Hasatan himself. So with that being said, let's go right into this Deuteronomy 8. All right. Let me see. I guess it really don't matter. So Deuteronomy 8. This is a New Living Translation because I like the way it reads. But check it out though. All right. Be careful to obey all of the commandments I am giving you today. This is the Most High talking to the children of Israel in the wilderness, on the way to the land of milk and honey that He promised to them. Then you will live and multiply, and you will enter and occupy the land which the Lord swore to give your ancestors. Right? Remember how the Lord your God led you through the wilderness for these 40 years, humbling you and testing you to prove your character and to find out whether or not you would obey His commandments. Yes, He humbled you by letting you go hungry and then feeding you with manna, a food previously unknown to you or your ancestors. He did it to teach you that people do not live by bread alone, rather they live by every word that comes from the mouth of Elohim. For all of these 40 years, your clothes did not wear out and your feet did not blister or swell. He preserved them, right? Usually the garments and the shoes that they would wear would under this brutal conditions of the desert and being in that area, they would wear out after a while. But he preserved even their garments. Think about it. Just as a parent disciplines a child, Elohim, your Abba, disciplines you for your own good. So obey the commandments of Elohim, your Abba, by walking in His ways and fearing Him. So that's fearing is not just a fear of what He can do to you, but reverence and acknowledgement. The scriptures say, in all thy ways acknowledge Him, He will direct thy path. For the Lord your God is bringing you into a good land of flowing streams and pools and waters, with fountains and springs that gush out of the valleys and out in the valleys and hills. It is a land of wheat and barley, of grapevines, figs, trees, and pomegranate, of olive oil and honey. It is a land where food is plentiful and nothing is lacking. Wow. Deuteronomy 8 and 9, New Living Translation said, He will bring you to a land of food is plentiful and nothing is lacking. So Hasatan said he want to be like the Most High God, but he's forcing a shortage, right? By all these, but we're gonna get into that later. You know what I'm saying? And we got a shortage going on, and we got inflation going on, and we got this and we got that. It says, it is a land where food is plentiful and nothing is lacking. It is a land where iron is as common as stone. So you look around on the ground, you see stones everywhere. But iron, which is the precious metal, is as common as stone. And copper is abundant in the hills. When you have eaten your fill, be sure to praise Elohim, your Abba, for the good land He has given you. But that is the time. But that is the time to be careful. Listen, beware that in your plentiful that you do not forget Elohim, your Abba, and disobey His commandments. If we can get besides ourselves when He start blessing us, He bless us and we just forget Him. uh, and disobey his commandments, regulations, and decrees that I'm giving you today. For when you have become full and prosperous and have built fine homes to live in, and when your flocks and herds have become very large, and your silver and your gold have multiplied along with everything else, be careful. That's a warning. He's saying, be careful that when I bless you, don't get beside yourself. Don't get the big head. Don't get puffed up, because I'm gonna bless you. But I don't want you to get beside yourself. Do not become proud at that time and forget Elohim, your Abba, who rescued you from slavery in the land of Egypt. Wow. Do not forget that he led you through the great and terrifying wilderness with his poisonous snakes and scorpions, where it was so hot and dry, he gave you water from a rock. Right? He defined the odds. He giving you water from a rock. He fed you with manna in the wilderness, a food unknown to your ancestors. He did this to humble you and test you for your own good. He did all this so you would never say to yourself, I have achieved this wealth with my own strength and energy. He did it. He's doing it, not you. You are participating in the things that he is doing. So some people say, well, I went to school and I read the books. I stayed up all night studying for the exams. I'm the one who passes the test. But it said, thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, because it is he that gives thee the power to get wealth, the ability, the power, the strength to do it. He give you the ability to do it. Verse Deuteronomy 18, 8 and 18. Remember Elohim, your Abba, he is the one who gives you power to be successful in order to fulfill the covenant he confirmed with your ancestors with the oath. So it ain't even about you, it's about the covenant that he cut with our ancestors. But I assure you this, if you ever forget Elohim, your Abba, and follow after gods, worshiping and bow down to them, you will certainly be destroyed. He told us right there. Just as Elohim has destroyed other nations in your path, you will be destroyed if you refuse to obey Elohim, your Abba. Wow. So I'm going to go right here, chapter 9. Crazy, 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 crazy. Listen, O Israel, today you are about to cross the Jordan River and take over the land belonging to nations much greater and more powerful than you. This has been the history the whole time. Israel has not been the greatest nation as far as military. Israel has not been the greatest nation as far as the most advanced technology. Israel has not been the greatest nation as far as monetary wealth per se, even though they had stints of money. They are the greatest nation because they are connected to the true Elohim. They are connected to the Most High. They are connected to El Elyon, the Most High Yah. That's the reason. And look what it says right here, Deuteronomy 9 and 1. Today you are to cross the Jordan River to take over the land belonging to nations much greater than and powerful than you. It wouldn't be a fight if you had an army of Israelites 500 deep and they beat up on an army 20 deep. That's nothing. It's real impressive when you got an army of 300 Israelites, just let's say, versus 10,000 with the most advanced technology and weapons known to man, and they get wiped out. Why? Because they obey the Most High and they are in right standings with the Most High. So he said, to take over the land belonging to nations much greater and more powerful than you. They lived in cities with walls that reached the sky, fortitude cities. The people are strong and tall, descendants of the famous Anakite giants. Now, some people say that this is from from the fallen angels seed, and they was the giants, right? Where we get the Ananuki from, but we don't want to get into that right now, okay? But the Anakite giants, you've heard the saying, "Who can stand up to the Anakites?" But recognize today that Elohim, your Abba, is the one who will cross over ahead of you like a devouring fire to destroy them. Oh, when you in right standings with Elohim, your Abba, the Most High, Yahweh, through his son Yahusha, he fights. He said, vengeance is mine. I fight the battles. He said, I'll cross over before and destroy them. He will subdue them so that you will quickly conquer them and drive them out, just as Elohim had promised. After Elohim, your Abba, has done this for you, don't say in your heart, Elohim has given us the land because we are such good people. No, it is because of the wickedness of the other nations that he is pushing them out of your way. It is not because you are so good or have such integrity that you are about to occupy their land. Elohim, your Abba, will drive these nations out ahead of you only because of their wickedness to fulfill the oath he swore to your ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You must recognize that Elohim, your Abba, is not giving you this good land because you are good, for you are not. You are a stubborn people. Wow, he just told them straight up. I'm doing this because of the covenant. I'm doing this because I swore, but I couldn't swear by no greater, so I swore by myself. I swore by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that will bring you to this land. Remembering the golden calf. Remember, never forget how angry you made Elohim, your Abba, out in the wilderness. From the day you left Egypt until now, you have constantly rebelled against him. Even at Mount Sinai, you made Elohim so angry he was ready to destroy you. This happened when I was on the mount receiving the tablets of stone inscribed in the words of the covenant that Elohim made with you. I was there for 40 days and 40 nights. And all that time I ate no food. That man fasted for 40 days and 40 nights. And he ain't drink no food or drink no water. Because he was eating off the bread of life, which is Elohim, your Abba, and the living water, which is Elohim, your Abba. Elohim gave me 2 tablets on which Yah had written with his own finger all the words he had spoken to you from the heart in the fire when you were assembled at the mountain. At the end of the 40 days and nights, Elohim handed me the 2 stone tablets inscribed with the words of the covenant. Then Elohim said to me, get up, go down immediately, for the people you brought out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. So even right now with this 400-year prophecy, and we're in the wilderness and we're in Babylon, we have a lot of Babylonian ways, right? We eat the king's meat, we dance to the king's tune, and we love Babylon, and we love uh, uh, perversion and wickedness. Not all of us, but I say we, I'm talking about collectively, right? So we got to get that purged out of us, right? So we don't bring none of that uh, with us when we go into the new Shemayim. Okay? Get up, go down immediately, for the people you brought out of Egypt have corrupted themselves. How quickly have they turned away from the way I commanded them to live? They have melted gold and made an idol for themselves. Wow. Elohim also said to me, I have seen how stubborn and rebellious these people are. Leave me alone so I may destroy them and erase their name from under heaven. Then I will make a mighty nation of your descendants, a nation larger and powerful than they are. So while the mountain was blazed with fire, I turned and came down, holding in my hand 2 stone tablets inscribed with the terms of the covenant. Terms of the covenant. Wow. Therefore, below therefore below me I could see that you had sinned against Elohim your Abba. You melted gold and made a calf idol to yourself. How quickly have you turned away from the path of Elohim and had commanded you to follow? So I took the tablets and threw them at the ground, smashing them before your eyes. Then, as before, I threw myself down before Elohim for 40 days and nights. He did it again. and ate no bread and drank no water because of the great sin you have committed. Moshe was an intercessor. He stood in the gap. Intercessor means to stand in the gap on behalf of somebody or or a nation. And so Elohim was about to destroy the nation of Israel because of the practices that they was doing, and so he had to stand in the gap and intercede. I ate no bread and drank no water because of the great sin you had committed by doing what Elohim hated, provoking him to anger. I feared that the furious anger of Elohim, which turned him against you, would drive him to destroy you. But again, he listened to me. So Moshe interceded on behalf. Elohim was so angry with Aaron that he wanted to destroy him too. But I prayed for Aaron, and Elohim spared him. I took your sins, the calf you made, and I melted it down in the fire, uh, and ground it to dust, fine dust. Then I threw the dust into the streams that flow down the mountain. You also made Elohim angry at Taberah, Massa, and Kibroth Havata, and Kadesh Barnea. Elohim sent you out with this command: go up and take over the land I have given you. But you rebelled against the command for the Lord, for the Elohim your Abba, and refused to put the trust in him or obey him. Yes, you have been rebelling against Elohim as long as I have known you. That is why I threw myself down before Elohim for 40 days and nights. For Elohim said he would destroy you. I prayed to Elohim and said, O sovereign Elohim, do not destroy them. They are your own people. They are your special possession. They are your special possession. The children of Israel are Elohim's special possession. They did not get replaced, right? Because they kept messing up. They not get replaced by the predominantly Eurocentric church. They did not. The roots is can be grafted back in and is being grafted back in. They are your own special possession, whom you redeemed from Egypt by your mighty power and your strong hand. Please overlook the stubbornness and the awful sin of these people and remember instead your servant Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you destroy these people, the Egyptians will say the Israelites died because Elohim wasn't able to bring them to a land he promised to give them. Or they might say he destroyed them because he hated them. He deliberately took them into the wilderness to slaughter them. But they are your people, your special possession. Remember that. When the whole nations are calling you a byword, you are Elohim's people and special possession. To whom much is given, much is required. Whom you brought out of Egypt by your great strength and powerful arm. Man, man, oh man, oh man. So Elohim, your Abba, loves you. He cares for you. And now is the time where everybody is falling away and turning and trying to look for other options and trying to look for other answers other than Elohim, other than the Most High, other than the Abba of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They're looking for other options. And that's a dangerous place to be in. A very, very dangerous place to be in, right? Very, very dangerous. We need to focus on the will of the Most High. When you go see that show that talk about these are some of the major nations, top 25 countries with the highest rate of atheism, which means they don't believe in the Abba of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. They don't believe in no spiritual realm, right? So they are not influenced, nor are they well, how can I say that? Man, I gotta slipped it. They're not influenced by, nor is they accountable. That's the word. They're not accountable to nobody, right? They do whatever they want, when they want, how they want, right? They inject you with anything they want to. They can stop your planes. They can do anything they want to, right? They're just a wicked and a perverse nation, and they think because they haven't have not done anything yet per se, um, that they just get off scot-free. They think because they got the finest military and the finest AR-15s and nuclear head missiles that they are untouchable. And they forget to look at the history of Persia, history of Babylon, the original Babylon, history of Egypt, history of Rome, history of Greece. These were great, mighty countries. History of Assyria. They was great. They were mighty. But when the time was up, Elohim came and visited them and dealt with them. So there's none higher than the Most High. So we just got to get in sync and in tune with the Most High. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but it is what it is. You've seen that. Read that Deuteronomy 8 and Deuteronomy 9. That was a New Living Translation. If you liked it, put a 1 in the chat. Praise Yahusha. Praise Yahusha. So we're gonna close out in prayer and we're gonna get out of here. And also we got my sister coming back. Gates of Hilda Part 2. Gates of Hilda Part 2. She's coming back. She got some stuff to share with us. Very powerful. June the 12th. Sunday, June the 12th, 2 p.m. Central. Gates of Hilda will be coming back. Sunday, June the 12th, 2 p.m. Central. Elephant Man Podcast Network. Let's close out in prayer. Abba Yah, in the name of Yahusha, we thank you for your grace, your mercy. We thank you for leading us, for guiding us, for clothing us in our right mind. We bind the hand of the serpent. We bind the hand of the enemy. You said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw all men unto me. We lift you up. We worship you. We honor you. We adore you. There's none like you in the heavens or the earth. And we bind the hand of the serpent, Abba Yah, and let us be clothed in our right mind, Abba Yah. Let the seed germinate, fall, and bring forth much fruit, some 30, some 60, some 100-fold. Abba Yah, we thank you. Abba Yah, you said that hunger and thirst after righteousness shall be filled. Show us, Abba. Abba Yah, we how can we sing your songs of Zion in a strange land? Abba Yah, we are prisoners of war. Abba Yah, we ask you to come and rescue us and lead us and guide us. Abba Yah, in Yahushua HaMashiach's name we pray. Amen. Elephant Man Podcast Network, Grown Man Conversations, dealing with elephants in the room. I am out of here.